In the name of Almighty One God, who is most merciful and beneficent, my dear friends, my name is Dr. Abu Abdullah and I am researcher in Quran and Bible. This is the next lecture of my series of Muslim contribution to the world. Today's topic is Muslim philosophy. Philosophy is, as defined by ancient thinker, is the science of wisdom. It embraces all branches of knowledge, hence a philosopher in the time of Greeks was recognized as a truly wise man. Greek philosophy had become dead in Europe now, and its teaching was banned by the church. Church means Christians, as its knowledge made people inactive and irreligious. The Arabs, Muslims, revived Greek philosophy, and it was through Kindi, Farabi, Avicenna, and Ibn Rushd that the West learned about Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates. Arabian philosophy began with the warm reception of Greek philosophy in Arabia, when it had vanished from its original soil, and whilst Western Europe was still too crude and ignorant to be its home. Arabian philosophy, at the outset of its career in the 9th century AD, was able without difficulty to take possessions of these resources for speculative thoughts, which Latins had barely achieved at the close of 12th century by the slow process of rediscovering the Aristotelian logic from the commentaries and verses of Boethius. The Abbasid Caliph, which was influenced by Persian culture, provided the most congenial atmosphere for the development of learning, especially philosophy, secular philosophy, found its first entrance into the Muslim world through the Persian administrators of early Abbasid Caliphate. The Abbasid Caliph Harun Rashid had some of the works of Aristotle translated into Arabic for the first time. His successors, Mamun Rashid, founded the well-known Darul Hukma, in English means House of Wisdom, where the translation of books from foreign languages into Arabia was made by eminent translators who were employed on handsome salaries by the talented Caliph. His great patronage of learning attracted men of letters from all parts of the world who were engaged in translation and research work. The translation of the works of Aristotle and Plato paved the way for the growth of Islamic philosophy. The harmonization of Greek philosophy with Islam was started by Al-Kindi, continued by Farabi, and was completed by Ibn Sina and Ibn Rushd. Of the great Muslim philosophers, Al-Kindi belonged to Basra, Farabi, Ghazali, and Ibn Sina hailed from Turkestan and Persia, while Ibn Rushd, Ibn Baja, and Ibn Tufail, who rivaled their eastern counterparts, were natives of the Muslim Spains. Al-Kindi, date of death 873 AD, who is the greatest philosopher of the Arab race, is known as the philosopher of the Arabs. He translated and wrote commentaries on a number of works by Aristotle. Being a natural philosopher, he elaborately discussed the doctrine of soul and intelligence. The divine intelligence is the cause of existence of the world. According to him, the world as a whole is the work of extremely active cause, the divine intelligence whose activity is transmitted in many ways from above to the world. Between God and the world of bodies is the world of soul, which created the world of heavenly sphere. Insofar as the human soul is combined with the body, it's dependent on the influence of heavenly bodies, but in its spiritual origin and being, it is free. Both immortalities and freedom could be attained in the world of intelligence. It was in De Intellectua, the Latin translation of Al-Kindi's philosophical work, that the West discovered for the first time the doctrine of intelligence. Towards the close of 10th century AD, there flourished in Basra a philosophical society known as Ikhwan al-Safa, in English means Brethren of Purity. They tried unsuccessfully to reconcile religion with the science. Their encyclopedic work, consisting of 51 treatises, contain the idea of goodness and moral perfection.